Let's hope this one works. Bloody Mercury retrograde. Okay. Now, those of you who don't medium, as well as the twin flame, whom is in union at the moment, I am upskilling my energy and education in astrology. And the reason I started looking at astrology was mainly because of my ascension symptoms, of different dynamics and synchronistic patterns. Second time lucky. Here's hoping. Okay, so I shall repeat. Now, these messages I'm going to give you are pretty bloody important. And as I mentioned, I'm a twin flame. I'm a psychic medium. I'm in union at the moment. We know that the twin flame journey is super interesting and we never bloody know what's going to happen. But I've been looking at the astrology, and that's because I was gearing up, getting ready to start recording the November energies, which more than likely I do prefer to pre-record them. But as all of us know with this astrology at the moment, we have had really intense energies. So there's another lady that is on YouTube, and she is from New Zealand, and I do believe Mana, I think her name is, and she's been having the same dynamic of crazy energies, and I think all of us collectively have been having it. Now, obviously, through my transition in my life, I have been doing over the last 2 years a lot of research into astrology. Now, obviously, as I become more skilled at it, and you know, there is this huge hype around 2020. Now, with the eclipses, it's bringing the subject matter to the forefront, and obviously, with the nodes being in Cancer and Capricorn, both with Pluto and Saturn, it's making some interesting conversational pieces. Now, when you look at the astrology for 2020, just in January alone, we do have 3 eclipses between December. Then we move into January, we've got eclipses within the first 2 weeks. And then we have another bout of them a little bit later after. And they're all making interesting conversational pieces. That's what I can say. I will go into it in your videos as I move through. The one thing you guys as awakened souls, and I was talking to Giggle about this, I think it was this morning and yesterday. It's like this epiphany moment, obviously, that I've had as a twin flame. And definitely with some of the things I'm actually reading connected to the astrology is it's actually quite interesting. Now, when I say interesting, it's quite frightening, to be honest. When you do look at it, you know, a lot of us from 2018, this is when it started rolling out, the Pluto, Saturn energies coming through. So, you know, when the Leo King was saying, this is our test run, really in 2018 for me, it was when I was out of union. And for me, energetically, a lot of purging occurred, a lot of the retrogrades were occurring. A lot of us were feeling like as soon as we got up, we were back down again. Now, that energy has been rolling since 2018, and it is directly connected to the Pluto-Saturn conjunction that's going to occur, and that's going to be on the 10th of January. Now, when you reflect back to the purging you did in 2018, a lot of you who have been doing the work, we cannot stress hard enough how important that work is, because it's going to be the only bloody thing keeping you sane. Now, the transits of the Pluto and Saturn energy, they take about 33 years to reach that point. Now, in history, you reflect back, and we're looking at the First World War, the Second World War, the rise of, you know, directly after the wars, the building factor of that and all of those things going on. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because this energy is going to come back again. Pluto tends to end things, so it's never going to be the same again, but it's going to do a similar thing that what occurred around 2018, where it's a test run we went through. And although a lot of us in ascension symptoms, the energy we felt, it felt very fatiguing, very emotional, dark night of the soul. The good thing is, if you guys have dived deep into that and you've done your purging, you're going to be more stable to be able to cope with January. Now, I cannot stress this enough. If you feel your physical foundation, be it you're in a connection, be it you're in communication with your twin flame, be it your masculine is going through owning their power, etc., you must look at your physical foundation. Now, the major aspects that are being talked about is Capricorn, which is your work domain, which all of us are trying to correct those things. But the foundational related issue, which is our base chakra, a lot of that is getting looked at. Now, the Scorpion moon is going to bring these things up. So we're going to have, and this is what I said by the last video. So if you haven't gone and looked at that video, please do look at it. Yes, it's very long, but it's time stamped so that you can see what house is going to be activated for you guys in your zodiac sign. Now, obviously, that energy is going to be moving through in a subject matter till the end of the year. So although it's deemed as October, November, it is still very much with the Scorpion moon energy, very much linked in between now, the Scorpion moon, all the way through to 2020. It's going to be a subject matter you guys are going to be dealing with. And I'm like freaking out over the fact that I've read it. Now, with those subject matters, the way you directly relate to the situations are going to be extremely crucial. A lot of the aspects that are being made in 2020, from what astrologers have said, if you haven't done your work on yourself, it will be a little bit like 2017 for people that are awakening. So your physical foundation, if you're dealing with a lot and you're doing something you don't directly want to do, and we look at this from the last eclipses, and the Leo King even mentioned it, it's not a trial run. This is not a simulation, okay? Yet in it, what's coming up for you from the last eclipses is going to be closing out between December and January. So if the things that you've been dealing with, yeah, I'm so busy too, were not in balance, yet you and your higher conscious mind were like, look, this and that needs to change. I really need to directly deal with that. It's still directly linked to your twin flame paths. You guys as light workers, when we look at the Schumann resonance, it energetically lifts the frequency of planet Earth, and it's scientific. It's not rocket science, okay? So if you check in with that, try and get an app for your phone and put it on your phone. You can also then look at the astrology, which I'm already warning you about the astrology, so you're well and truly prepared. I would highly suggest, even though Mercury's retrograde, and this was a psychic download I had 2 days ago, and definitely when I've done private sessions with clients, usually during a Mercury retrograde, we say don't proceed forward with anything new. If you were already thinking of these things prior to Mercury retrograde, you're still going to have to physically push through. With your work domain, if you're dealing with something and you're needing to prepare, you need to start working on it now. You're running out of time, okay? It is the best aspects that are being made by December, which is crazy town, which I have said, my clients, I will probably have more clients between now and the end of the year, which is usually, it's the quietest time of the year, but the energy is really going to be spiking. So if you can pre-book a booking in, do it, because you may need support energetically to get you grounded. The purging will increase. Definitely by January, the purging will be extremely heavy. Now, what I'm going to try and do is get these videos pre-recorded. I've looked at the aspects of the astrology, and I'll be talking to you guys per zodiac sign. If I don't have time, I'll do it by element, but I'll still end up pulling cards for each zodiac sign. It's because the information for everyone, not just twin flames, is going to be quite important to help you guys get the best out of 2020. Now, again, with the cycles that are ending, some of the astrology is all the way back to the 1500s. Some of it is still linking back to the 1800s. And each time when Saturn and Pluto made their conjunction, yes, very large things happen. Now, how we directly relate to that is very crucial. So when I'm saying to you, you know, because I used to wonder this moving through my twin flame journey. You know, we would hear it a lot. We are not just for the twin flame journey. Our role is for different things. Obviously, people directly come to us for different reasons. When you are looking at the Schumann resonance and it is increasing, if we are aware of frequency, if we are aware of how to purge, how to actually use the tools in life to be able to handle it, when people are directly going through it, what you're going to find is you are in your awareness, so therefore you can protect yourself. But people that are lower frequency, and we all fall into that, okay? So no judgment on that whatsoever. If there's areas that need purging, resolving, healing, the major subject matters in 2020 does come down to family, okay? So the first eclipses coming up are directly going to be linking, and we're completely ending a cycle. And, you know, at the degree points that they're making, it's an ending and a new beginning. So, you know, when they talk of it in script, the end of time, it's the end of a cycle. It's an end of 4 decades. Now, how that's going to be, as I've been saying to you psychically for the last few months, which is something I had to learn the hard way, obviously, through 2017, 2018, a tower moment, you can't get a new beginning without a tower moment. I'll tell you that now. But during that process, whatever was built on a faulty foundation will be cleared away, because it was not meant to be. It would not withstand the test of time. Now, what falls down then can be rebuilt. That can be infrastructure, it can be financially, it can be emotionally, spiritually, within connections. Now, the first area, obviously, with the last eclipses, they are connected to work, finances, banks, authority figures, taxation. All of those areas are going to be covered in it. Now, on the other side of things, we're still trying to tie that up. And when we do reach the point where we're reaching December, it's positive, which is going to show you a glimpse of what you can create. But come January, it's going to be a very stark, it's going to be a difference in that. Now, it does talk about the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, but spiritually, we also need to link into that, because nobody can ever take what you directly have inside, which is the tools, the healing. Money does not keep you safe. Money comes and goes. But if you have the tools to co-create and to be creative and be spiritual and grounded, you have the tools to rebuild. Others won't, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So you will very much see by January what is not working and what does need to change, and it will be changed permanently. These are a transitional state, and it's not just connected to your twin flame path. It is very much connected to global. So it can be major changes happening in the way we are living in society, the way we are living in our families and our relationships and our work domain. The flaws in the system are really going to be shown. Its twin flame journey is very non-traditional. So, you know, there is the stage where it is moving and the Gemini energy will be coming through, which is the twins. And that's really going to change the course of those situations as well. What else can I tell you? You're really going to need to get into light body frequency. And the hard part is Christmas, we do tend to indulge. It is a time of expansion, but when you do look at the astrology and you have realized when we have retrogrades, these things do come up for us. Being in light body frequency does assist us, okay? So what I can suggest, and I highly do suggest, is you need to clear the deck of paperwork. If you can actually get your physical foundation sorted, get it sorted now. If you can get to a point where you're looking at connections and what does resonate with you, what doesn't resonate with you, be it you're in communication with your twin or not, the work you're directly doing right now is raising Earth's frequency and preparing you for 2020. So if your energy is not grounded, how do I put it? it's bigger than just connections. So let me put it that way. It is a very, very large transition. And Giggle and I had been talking about the Titanic a few times, and we've been talking about the fact of fight and flight, and you do need to protect yourself. So when you look at that, for a while, we get to an energy state where we feel we're drowning. And that's in anywhere in life. That can be with our work, it can be with our friendships, it can be in our twin flame journey. And, you know, with the movie at the end, when the ship's gone down, the Titanic's gone down, and she is on, it looks like a pallet. She's on a life raft, and she's holding his hand, and she's got two choices. You can't save someone, they need to save themselves. So it's a bit like Romeo and Juliet, okay? You both are on the same path. You must realize this. So distortion of Neptune can cause delusions, but Neptune's actually going to give us a hand in January, because that's going to be our saving grace. And when we do see the Neptune aspects, it is the time to dream and manifest outside of the 3D, which means you need to be 5D. You very much need to detach from the egoistic experience of the earth realm in January, because it can be quite frightening and dense. So the tools that you've learned at Yildiz readings, you know, with other people, the techniques I've given you in my private sessions, plus the ones I'm going to try and do in a video context before the end of the year, I'm going to create them as a 2020 toolkit, and I'm going to have to get on them right away. They're what are going to help you move through January, and we will have more eclipses in June as well, and that's when it really gets aggro. And it's not to say that there's not movement, but the tools in your spiritual path, your ascension, the Schumann resonance is directly connected to you. So if you, in fact, energetically are walking on a carpet and you touch someone and you transfer that frequency, they get shocked, right? It is crucial that you understand your frequency is important for the future. So who you are around, you will shift their frequency. If you can't navigate your frequency, then you will be susceptible. So your work on yourself is important for January and your future moving forward with twin flame. And I'm getting a cramp. That's ridiculous. Never had that before. So with Romeo and Juliet, one thought one had passed, then the other thought the other passed, and then it was all over Red Rover. If you can't look after yourself and keep yourself anchored, there is no future. You get what I'm saying? So try not to be too dense in the 3D of what you're seeing, because the outcome is union, but your energy is far more important than just union. It is to increase the frequency and to keep the collective positive. So don't get in your fear-based frequency that it's not going to happen. The more you're tuning into that, it's definitely not, because you've got healing to do. But the quicker you can move out of that, you can actually reach union within 24 hours. And it's the laws of attraction. It's what you believe you are, you attract, and that can even be karmic frequencies of blockages, but it's amping up. So this Scorpion moon is really going to be quite pivotal in a sense that it's going to say, okay, how much do you want this? This is not a drill. You're moving into this frequency right now, and that's be it you're in communication or you're not. How much do you want this? If we think this is heavy, we haven't even entered into 2020. If you've done the work, it will become lighter, because you will not be triggered, and you are able to manage your frequency through anything. You can manifest union in 24 hours. It is directly a chakra-related block. In energy, we directly connect, and the increase of unions will continue, and it is simply to increase the vibration of what they deem as planet Earth, okay? But the people you directly will trigger in a sense of an awakening and change is directly connected to your union. I can tell you, when I did come into union, you have purged, but the purging comes in sharp and hard. So it comes back up in a trigger point. You have to move through that. And, you know, you're not 3D, you're 5D. Yep, okay. That lesson is learned, rejecting it on moving forward. So you move through it sharp and hard, and they do come quite heavy. So it is like you are in the army training. Anyone I've heard that has a simple union moving forward, I do beg to question that, because I wonder if they are in fact TFs. Because your whole path, if you're a twin flame, you are here to grow, you are here to detach. And I was talking to a client the other day about Selena Gomez. Now, I have put her in the community tab as to the song. And it's very unique in the process that I went through that in 2018. It was a slight bold moment I had, and I was like, wow. And it is about us filling our cup. Now, with that energy, until you feel somebody has shredded everything away from you, it's attachment, right? You don't actually realize how detached from yourself you've been. Now, it does make it harder when you are in awareness that, in fact, you are a twin flame. Because as I mentioned in the previous videos, when you don't know you're a twin flame, you don't have that tag to directly connect to and the awareness of what it is. So you naturally detach at some point and you proceed forward, and then you're quite confused when they come back. When you are aware of what the connection is and you know that this is going to be your life and it's going to be part of your awakening, it's a different way of detaching, and you do feel you need a restraining order against numbers, and you feel you've got other energies like that going on, which is quite complex and complicated. So it is a very heavy egoistic purge to get to that grounded sense to detach. It's a very different way of relating to a love vibration. But once you do and you've made peace with that, it comes back again. But you need to be open enough and ask yourself each day, okay, where am I at energetically? Have I purged the need for control? Have I purged the need for, theoretically, is this going to be the same as it was before? And when you do detach from that and you're in your grounded energy and you are focusing your energy onto the things that make you happy, the laws of attraction are it directly comes towards you quite freely. But the pain body experience does make that tough to move through. Now, a lot of you are going to be gaining communication. It's going to be deep conversations, emotional conversations, digging to the root of why these things have happened. And this is amping up from the Scorpion moon. Other people around you will feel quite negative, quite triggered, quite agitated. It's going to show you where flaws and situations are. Secrets are going to be revealed. Energies of that nature are going to come to the forefront. There's also going to be the foundation you directly need to look at. And I'm going to start pulling some cards to tune into the energy of what's coming up. Now, I was directly going to do the zodiac signs today and start recording, but I had to actually do the research into the astrology so I can incorporate it in there. So I've looked over approximately 3 months worth of astrology. I've also looked at June. There has been a lot of, and look, even on the news, and I don't tend to watch the news, but because I have Facebook for Yildiz Readings 5D, there's feeds that come up now and then. And there has been increased anger, increased agitation, things coming to the forefront. Now, there will be a few subject matters. When you do look at the Pluto-Saturn conjunction, subject matters connected to Ronald Reagan may come up. There may be other subject matters connected to the American president, and I did mention that on my Facebook. I am cautious about the things I say, but anything in a sense of futuristic things I see, I may actually post on the Facebook area. I have to be quite cautious because there is a lot of dark energy around at the moment. You also will need to protect yourself with spiritual crystals, I would say, come January. And I'd really highly suggest you get into light body frequency. Yeah, I'll answer all the questions at the end. I'll be 5. So I would strongly suggest you use crystals. You get into light body frequency. And look, it's around Christmas. So if you're drinking alcohol, they do connect the dots with the astrology where back in 2018, a lot of feminines were purging meat, sugar, toxic things, you know, and it doesn't mean to say they're toxic. It's when you're having a spiritual upgrade, your body directly rejects certain things. So there's going to be certain food groups. There can be excessive drinking. Now, highly not recommended in January. If you have an issue with that, get as grounded as you can. Get the support and help you need. January is not a time to do it. The astrology, I'm telling you, 33 years. Some of the aspects has not been made since the 1500s. Look back what happened in the 1500s. We will have to directly relate to that energy very differently than we ever have before in this lifetime. We are ending complete cycles, decade cycles, okay? So in order to cope with that, you will need to use your crystals. You will need to use your meditation, your smudge sticks, the 5D. Keep positive, keep grounded. Now, when the Leo King mentioned, are you going to sit on the sidelines? No, you can't. But at the same time, you need to be very mindful of the people and the potentiality of aggressive energies and violence. Now, as I mentioned, the last two times Pluto and Saturn made those aspects, there were wars. So it doesn't mean to say it's going to be like that now. But the way we relate to it is going to have to be very cautious. Okay, some of these choices are going to be taken. And I asked about Pluto, okay? So if we move towards what we know we need to do right now, and this is why I mentioned to you guys, even though Mercury's retrograde, my intuition is telling me you must move forward because you are running out of time. So if there's paperwork that you need to do, try and get grounded and read it as cautiously as possible. Keep your receipts, yes, obviously, but look at when Mercury's going direct, which we know when it's going direct, and be prepared to act then and get everything done before the end of the year. If you need to move forward on certain areas like seeking employment, etc., do such. Do all you can to get your physical foundation prepared. Now, some of these choices, by the time Pluto and Saturn make this aspect, the choices will be taken out of our hands. But Neptune's going to give us a hand, okay? So the end of the year, very different to what you see it now, which is what I intuitively feel. But again, with the Neptunian energy, it's what you see, absorb. Then what you learn after the fact, if something is not balanced, it's going to break down. And if it is breaking down, that can be where you live, what you do for work, how you work, the way you have been directly relating to your employment. If you're getting hunches and inclinations as to how to build your business, what to do, start taking direct action now. Yes, Mercury's retrograde. Be cautious what you say. Be cautious of your plans and look at it as a flexible time. With the retrograde, it's a perfect time to reflect back on what didn't work. And then when it goes direct, you'll have the tools and the aha moments, and then more information is going to come. Trust in the process of what's supposed to be. Detach from white noise and get your inspiration, okay? And at the moment, with that planet being retrograde, you know, with our crown chakras, you're going to get aha moments. You're going to get psychic downloads. The Scorpion moon is very much such as well. So again, 12th house energy, you're going to get your hunches in those areas. Something to, and again, see, base chakra. Now, with the base chakra, as I said, this is a number 5 card. This is about the change that's occurring in January. So in connections, they are going to change. And I'm going to pull another one because there is an energy in June of 2020 that is shifting things. So I do feel for a lot of you between now and January, if you are not in communication with your twin and you feel energetically very separately that you haven't heard from them, right, something is going to change that and you may hear something. But I do feel more the communication will be coming through. You don't need to communicate to know that this is occurring. I do feel you'll feel it by the time it's coming through and there's these transformations happening. You're going to feel as though these energies are shifting, and without you even hearing from them, you will energetically know there is a shift. It's because the things that aren't meant for the divine masculine are being moved out of their life. Their personal boundaries then and their power will be reinstated, and they'll be walking away from this energy. Okay. What cards should I use? Where's my other deck? Bear with me. Any questions while I'm shuffling? Yeah, real harsh communication. You'll be fine. What I'm trying to say is, for you guys that are light workers and you're twins, you are more important than you know. I already had the energy of that occurring the other day, well and truly before the Scorpion moon. Now, obviously, I know the work I have to do. I also know the energy of foundational related dynamics that need changing. Yeah. How does... Okay, what do we need to know about the twin flame path? Now, as I said, from my experience, everything you do in your own life is always directly connected to your twin flame, even if you are not in communication with your twin. And I only realised that after the fact when I started looking back as to the synchronistic patterns. I can say that a lot of what has happened in my twin flame path with my masculine as well, we have directly lived very similar lives, although at the very beginning it wasn't looking like it. So we have seen both sides of the fence. Yeah, try to disconnect from it, Kristen. Yeah, just don't tune into the reason why they're doing it. It won't be directly related to you. It'll be related to a karmic energy. So just detach like it doesn't affect it. Oh, trust me, we're not going to be having any peace between now and the end of the year. Twin flame will be the least of your problems. Both sides will have awakenings in different areas, transformations in different areas, and the energy of any angst or residue that was there, it won't matter. Not after we move through 2020. It is a great time for, it's a number 4 vibrational year, so it does bode well, but we have to work together as a team. So I do feel as though a lot of people will be working together, and you're going to be more selective about what you're working on. Okay. Oh. Okay, so the masculines that are on the fence at the moment are aware that they have to choose a path. So if they have a karmic involvement, I've just pulled the energy for the karmic energy, and that can be a work, person, people, place, thing. They've got the 2 of Wands, and this is 2 parts. This is the energy that's coming through here. So they energetically have 2 paths that they've got to look at. They're looking at situations, and again, when connected to a work-related dynamic, this can be where they're actually planning. They're moving forward. They're taking the bull by the horns. They're owning their power. They're also looking at what will work, and they're trying to create that stable foundation for moving away from this energy, okay? They know they have the key. They're being very careful about how they're dealing with it, because this is karmic frequency. So this can be a connection in which they're in. They're trying to look at it, and it's their crowning energy. They're looking at it, and they're trying to work out how they're going to do this. They're bound in some shape or form in a karmic contractual sense, but they also know spiritually they're bound to another. So one is based on a foundation, a previous foundation. One is based on love. Now, they feel as though they have been showing, they've had to put more energy into this previous situation Again, it could have been a work-related dynamic. It might have been an actual karmic person or a family. But they also know that this energy is running out of time. They're trying to heal the foundation so they can proceed forward. What they're showing you is what they're feeling for the karmic frequency. That's what's being shown to me. Look at the way the wand is actually iced. This has the green, which to me is location, was bound like all I feel energetically is connected to that, and they know that it can't be healed. Bloody internet. Is it still coming through okay? Okay. So there's a healing that needs to occur here, but they know they've run out of time. They feel they can't fix the previous connection. They were trying to get, and this is for twins. This is for twins in contact and not on contact, okay? I'm feeling as though a past tense scenario has got old. It's got old. They feel that they can't rectify this situation, and they feel as though they're running out of time. I'm feeling a tower moment happening. I'm going to pull another card. Yeah. This is causing irritation, pain, aggression. It's going to come up in the Scorpion moon. Now, at the heart of it, there is this energy where they feel pride comes before a fall. It's like wanting something to work, wanting it to balance out. Knowing how it's going to go, but hoping for the best in the situation. And they do know that half of this ended up being that way because of not speaking their truth to this energy. Yeah. They sort of hoped that this would be fine and they could clear the deck with it, but they haven't been able to. They could be dealing with an unwell person as well. Now, this person could be actually unwell, we'll say that, or it's caused them great angst and it's causing them sickness. This could be fatigue, it could be exhaustion. Again, the Ascension symptoms, but at the same time, it is this energy where, because they're battling it and they've got these 10 of swords overdoing something, you know, trying to keep something together that's supposed to fall down. We've all been there. It's coming to a point, and this is also the karmic energy, what they're wanting them to do. Apart from the fact that when I'm tuning into it, I feel this is their mindset connected to it. I don't feel it's actually the karmic's energy at all. I feel the power is in their ball court, especially since personal boundaries for masculine came up, when they're not saying anything directly connected to this karmic path they'd been on. And we're both on karmic paths, believe me, feminine and masculine. And they're not happy about what's happening, but they are going to become assertive. And this is through the Scorpion moon where they're going to own their power. And I feel they're getting downloads connected to the end of the year. And I feel both feminine and masculines are doing the same thing in a sense that some of the choices have been out of our hands. So we've had to deal with the 3D nature of what it's been. A lot of us have been in the 5D trying to manifest this hope and dream and connection spiritually, but requiring to be in the 3D with the foundation of situations and being quite stuck. And again, I feel shelter, warmth, and the energy of the future. Being a number 4, it can energetically come back dull at the end of the year. So use your crystals to protect you, because those trigger points can come back up. As long as you've got tools to actually help you deal with any trigger points, you'll be more grounded to be able to handle it in January, because it does denote, you know, kind of relapses and things like that. But it's the energy. So if you're aware of that and you can keep grounded, you'll be absolutely fine. I'm feeling it's more for 2-week pocket. Okay, we do have another eclipse at the end of January, which is going to come up again. But at the same time, if you can just keep grounded for the first 2 weeks and watch everything transpire, tap into your Neptune energy again of your dreams, of your meditation and your spiritual practice. And it's really going to be, yeah, joy, it's really going to be what's going to work best, and that's for all of us collectively. Now, back to the masculine. There is this cruel energy going on around them, and they're fearing that if they move, They know something's coming. They feel the energy. They're very tired, but at the same time, they're waiting for this to come about. And it is, they feel it's this cruelty in energy, and it can be connected to a karmic to do with finances. So this could be a court case, a legality. It can be a 4-letter word. Yeah, no shit. Giggle, why do you have to make me laugh? Yeah, so with this, this can be a third-party energy, because interestingly enough, the karmic frequency on feminine side is at the heart of it a third-party energy. 2's company, 3's a crowd. It's like, what way are we going? And I feel with the feminines, look, your crowning energy is strength. This is to do with you guys knowing your power, having your power and proceeding forward, knowing who this person is, knowing that you don't have to manipulate them, operating from your true self, knowing whatever is meant for you. You're their soul energy. You don't have to have the tag. You know who you are. This is friend in reverse. So you know you have deep feelings for this person. You know this person's strong. They might not be showing it all the time, but they're strong just like you. And, you know, we energetically as feminines weren't showing it all the time either. But deep down, you know, the situations directly have made you very strong. I'm feeling from August there was a need for something to transpire, but you've learned a lot from August onwards, again, because I'm feeling the Lionsgate portal. Now, at the same time, I'm feeling as though you guys know who you are, and if you keep that in mind, you won't get directly linked in with what's going on here. 2's company, 3's a crowd. That's what I'm hearing. Now, karmic frequencies and third-party energies can be a job. It can be children. It can be the karmic, be it they're together or not. It can be anything. You're feeling this frequency. You're feeling this interfering energy. And now this can be also occurring on your side of the fence. With your side of the fence, you know where home is, okay? But something to do with home is changing. You might want to feel more at home than you physically feel right now. And again, something to do with January is really important for both masculine and feminines. And the home-related dynamic, you guys know what home feels like. And that is not aggravation. That is not interference. So if you're experiencing these dynamics in your life, it could be through your job, it could be through your kin, it could be through anything that is affecting your foundation. Now, remember, the eclipses in January are going to be to do with family. Look at these cards. This is base chakra. Masculine and feminine. Middle energy is a person at the heart of their life is lying and deceiving them. They know who this person is. And again, on your side of the fence, you've got third-party energy. So it is this crowded energy on both sides of your fence. And this can be in any shape or form. This can be where you're reflecting back, or I'm feeling this is going to be a physical situation. Interference, judgment, especially with the Scorpion energy that's revealing things. It's also the energy, again, I'm saying white light yourselves. It's this frequency of the evil eye, you know, of jealousy and insecurities, and especially the Scorpion energy being very huge on the potential for dark energy when it comes to jealousy, aggression, and anger with the Mars frequency. This is what is at the heart of what's going on. You're intuitively sensing something's off. And I'm not feeling this is about your masculine or your feminine. I'm feeling energetically you guys feel something around and you're like, you know, this foundation's important. Now, again, this is a Leo energy, and this is asking you to have strength. There can be something for you guys, feminines, where a judgment's going to have to be made. Now, this can be something to do with a legal situation. Again, I'm feeling a lot of paperwork-related dynamics for feminines that's coming up is to prepare for your foundation for next year. So anything you're dealing with, even if it looks terrible, it's preparing you for the future. It's not defining your future. It's clearing out the old, and it's starting a new chapter. It could be a karmic balance. So anything that's happened, it's there to balance situations. It's weird. I mean, Diggle, you and I have been through the same thing. You know what I'm talking about here. Contracts, legalities, insurance, taxation, these things that are coming up. It's balancing something. Trust it, because it's shifting an energy inside of masculine. See? Capricorn, work-related dynamic. Work-related dynamic. Trust that everything that's happening right now is for a reason. It can be balancing karma out. I must have been a real sod in the past, like I'm telling you. Okay, so for them, they're having cool energies around them as well, and it's not benefiting them. So both of you are feeling harsh energies around you. Now, what's crowning the both of you in this spiritual connection, you're going to have a wake-up call. Judgment is coming. It feels like Judgment Day. We're at Judgment Day. How much have we learnt? Look at the way you're protected, but everyone is, and this is water energy, which is Scorpion energy, coming out of it and rising like the phoenix. This is masculine and feminine. Seeing the truth of situations, moving out of the frequency. Feminines, you guys are really nervous, okay? So you might feel very unsure about what way to go. They're ready to take a leap of faith, okay? They feel it. They are going to be taking the lead. They're going to be jumping leaps and bounds, and I feel this is connected to this. I feel this energy is anchoring you guys backwards. So it's going to come to a head where something's going to shift in this department. Better keep an eye on the time because I've got children to pick up today. Okay, you know the truth of a situation, but you feel it's based on falsehood. So there is something you're looking at, and this can be connected to your twin, and you're like, oh. Trust your gut, okay? If you're feeling something, trust your gut. For them, they're feeling they need to leave a situation because it's not abundant. They're also very concerned about their finances. But at the same time, they're feeling intuitively what is and what isn't worth investing in. So they're having this aha epiphany moment. Now, your next card, feminines, is you know this won't go on forever. So something is shifting in this situation. And again, I do feel this is connected to a quick transformation. You know what's coming. You will, and I mentioned this above, you will know when something has shifted in your connection. You won't even need to be in communication with them. Okay? And it's happening very soon. This is the Scorpion moon transit moving between now and the end of the year. It's already started. This is their energy coming in, okay? They want to offer love. They want to be on the same level as you. They want to be the king. Their life is very crowded at the moment. They've got room in reverse, so that their life is crowded, but they know what they want to be and they know who they are. I feel they're moving away from this clutter. They're not in a sadness. They're moving away because they know this does not resonate with them any longer. You feel this is going to take a while. It's a common energy coming through with feminines at the moment, and I do feel it's because of the energy in general of this longing. You feel you've done a lot of work on yourself. Now, 3 cards fell on the next cards for masculines. Now, they know that they need to work with you, okay? They know in order to have a stable connection, it needs to be 2 parties working together. How do I... Link will be below, Dale. Okay, so both energies will need to work together. You guys are going to have to be, in order to... Purging is essential, honestly. If you guys understand what... as I mentioned in the community post, I have been the good, the bad, and the ugly with my twin. I have not been perfect. My twin has been the good, the bad, and the ugly with me. So there's no hidden secrets in a sense. We've seen the dark aspects. We've seen the good aspects, and he's calling me now. And I actually call him the boss in my phone jokingly. And he did tell me he was going to stalk my YouTube channel. I was like, great. He's probably watching now just to shit stir me. Okay, so with this energy, this is what they're wanting. You're feeling as though there's delays, I'm going to wait forever, how much work do I need to do on myself? The next card they've got is this build-up of stress. Now, this is before the end of the year. Following their intuition, moving into the Scorpio moon. So I'd say this is actually coming closer. Right. This is coming closer. And interesting that feminines do tend to, and this is my interpretation, okay? On this card in particular, we generally see the feminine putting her hand in the animal. And the strength card is to do with the courage to be able to deal with testy, right? And the shadow aspect, potentially of masculine and feminine, because we both have both sides. Now, with this is the card of Leo. You've got several cards of Leo, and you've also got this energy here. Now, the intuition, the moon energy coming up, and again, it's a number 8 card. So a karmic cycle needing to end, stress being brought to the forefront. Again, a cycle needing to end, right? Exactly. This is a number 8 card, and my twin gave me an infinity bracelet, so I know, and I keep seeing 8s all week, so I know this is very directly connected to the spiritual connection. The karmic cycle that needs to end, this is coming up by the Scorpio moon. So there's going to be something this, well, for me, it's going to be this weekend, energetically, 25th. Yep. So the Scorpion energy is already here, so to speak. We'll feel that frequency. It's going to amp up. You need to keep grounded. Something that's going to come up is going to help them use their intuition. It's going to help them tap into their emotions. And connecting with what they're directly feeling and sensing. And again, this can be connected to, being that the moon is governed by Cancer, which is feminine frequency, trust your intuition. We have inspiration, which is our psychic abilities, when it does come to what's going on with the masculine. Now, the overlapping card, they're being careful. Now, a clarification card come out. They're being very careful about how they relate to you. Now, anything that they were on the fence about in the past that could have been toxic behaviour, the card came out like this, on top of the Knight of Coins, as a clarification. Now, what I'm getting from this is, in the upright, this can be celebration, toxicity, connected to the Scorpion energy coming through, Mars, planet of war. You know, it's neither here nor there. They're paying attention to the red flags. That's what I'll say. There's this energy that they're paying attention to the red flags, and they know what they need to do. They know who is going to work with them, how they can work with you, what they would need to do. Okay. Trust, if you guys have had communication, it might have felt like a false start, and you're thinking, oh, okay, well, that was nice, wasn't it? Some of you that are in communication may have felt like every time you're starting, is this actually moving anywhere? When do we get our start? What's happening here? Now, at the heart of this situation between the both of you, this is your spiritual path. The both of you know this connection. The both of you, which is anchoring it, is about the fact that you both have strength to cut through this. You're going to have to be brave to proceed forward. Let's pull some outcome cards. What are they telling me? Okay, the story I'm getting from the outcome, where it stands right now. You've got the Chariot card coming through, which again, we link it to Pisces and Cancer. Again, I do feel this is connected to the transit. there is a movement moving forward. This is happening. And again, I feel this is once Mercury goes direct, because this is about transportation as well, and movement. Once Mercury goes direct, the situation is going to be different. But I feel this is changing. And I do feel something's going to come up between now and the end of the year to change this whole dynamic and the connection. Now, whenever I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, I do feel this is feminine energy. I do feel they look at you as being very independent. I do feel they feel you can hold your own. And I know that sucks. And I did say that this year it doesn't feel super romantic. And it doesn't mean to say you're not having romance. It's very serious in a sense that you're taking accountability for what you need to deal with. The Capricorn energy moving through by January is very much that subject matter. It's like the burdens of what you guys both or connectedly are going to need to do. Is it balance? Can it work? What would need to go? What would need to stay? But keeping the spiritual faith there at the same time. You have your swords in a sense that you hold your own. But at the same time, this energy of you holding your own makes you the physical queen. So they know who you are as a queen. Something of an unstable nature is going to come up to directly affect and change this whole TF journey. And it's coming up very soon. And again, the wheel has come up, right? And this is something that is going to occur to shift your twin flame journey into high gear. An innocent energy, this can be you. It's going to bring the balance back in the connection, but it's your heart chakra that is transforming this situation, okay? It's your healing that is transforming this situation. Do we have any questions while I'm pulling some more? And then I will have to answer some questions and then love you and leave you. I didn't want to proceed forward with the zodiac signs till I did this update. Again, I'll try and do the information videos as well after I've recorded them. I may be doing the zodiac signs live. Still got to tune into how I'm going to do them, because I've got 4 days left to get 12 zodiac signs done. We like to bite off more than we can chew, don't we? Now, I'm hoping this information lands and you understand what I'm saying. The only thing I can see is there was a question on dynamics between Virgo and Pisces at the moment. Okay. I feel the Pisces energy, Virgo's energy at the moment is quite in their mind. How do I put it? I'll pull a card for you, but the energy I'm getting from the Virgo is very almost not speaking, okay? This could be your side, their side, but it's like you see the practical reasons why things should be. Absorbing the information energetically at the moment, but at the same time, the other energy is you're both looking at it very differently at the moment, okay? But the Pisces frequency is going to link in very similar to the Scorpion energy, where you're going to actually dig that energy up. I'll pull a card for you. I'll pull a chakra card. Okay. As long as you disconnect, yes, they will change for the better, but you don't govern it based on what they would need to do. Because whenever we're looking at what they'd need to do to change, it is a codependent pattern. If you haven't, it's never an expectation. It's like this. My needs are this. Can you match that? No, well, you don't affect me then, because like I know what my needs are. So you're not your solar system does not move around their transformation. Their transformation occurs because your vibration directly has changed, because you know your self-worth. So you're like, okay, it's like going partying with it's like going to Antarctica in a bikini. You're like, it's too cold, sorry. How am I to... Okay, anyway. A January and February card. Ooh. I'll pull a January and February card. You got some heart chakra to clear. Okay, a family-related dynamic between January and February is going to come up, okay? They're still trying to heal that factor. But again, remember I did say at the beginning of the read, those eclipses are going to change and get their foundation correct. So a healing that they need to do, Jen, on their side of the fence, connected to their karmic frequency, do some heart chakra clearing. You can shift this energy. If you do some tuning in, you can actually look at twin flame videos, which are channeled guided meditation. You will always know when your TF will communicate with you because the energy won't feel blocked. So when you're closing your eyes and you can picture them in your mind's eye, it will feel very comfortable. If you can mate with them and they're sitting on a chair and you can actually hold their hands and they're allowing you to enter into their space, they're open for healing. If they're not, they've got a lot going on and a huge blockage. So you can do energy work where you send it towards them to clear their frequency. You can also use green stones, heart chakra clearing. You can use pink quartz. You can eat the food groups green and pink. You can use meditation. You can also have the colors around you, but you need to clear your chakra off when you're tuning into them. Okay? Any other questions? Have I missed anything? Can I maintain rapid ascension without DM? 100%. But you'll find your masculine will pull you back energetically, and it'll be the triggers and the purges. You will ascend, but they're coming up with you. It's just it'll be a lot more tower moments, and we can see that coming through with the masculine side with home-related dynamic. So the physical foundation of what the egoistic experience was linked in with, yes, you can continue to ascend. I did, and I still continue to. You do look at it differently, but energetically, don't feel that they're behind. They're not. They're just doing it differently. So, yeah, you will continue to ascend, but definitely if you're feeling they're blocked, you can actually work on that. Because if you're tuning into it and you energetically feel, oh, you know, they're kind of stuck and it's with the karmic and it's because they've got kids, it's because of this and that, you're feeding that frequency by tuning out of it and bringing your energy back into your core, and you can smudge yourself off, turn your energy into something that directly relates to your 3D, which you have direct control over. That assists you with manifestation. So you're shifting and pouring your solar plexus and sacral chakra energy into your physical foundation, and that helps them realign their energy to shift forward. Now, you will find with your mass ascension, you will, with the 12th house activation with your crown chakra, you'll have descents as well, because anything of a purge nature you work through, you'll get the fatigue symptoms, the Schumann resonance will increase because you're awakening quick, you're moving through the stages quicker, and you will get fatigued. So then you need to get into light body frequency, you need to rest, you need to drink fluid, use your crystals, give yourself time. Don't fight it, because if you fight it, you'll be there longer. And any time lapse, disconnect from time, because we're jumping timelines now, especially with purging and healing. You're jumping timelines. So anything I've said in this video, if it triggers you, it's connected inside. Do the work in that area, or book a session and I can do some energy work with you guys. I did want to start doing guided meditation videos, but I do think I'll come to you guys when I feel an energetic blocks there for the collective, and I'll speak you guys through it, and I'll get you guys to pick your own meditation, because I do need to actually purchase a meditation track that is okay for YouTube, which I'll have to pay for, so that we can't get copyright claims. And I'm still trying to work with YouTube at the moment to link my AdSense account and find out why on earth I do not have monetization yet, because I don't have any copyright claims. So it's, oh, the joy. If I was a witch, I'd be rich. I'm spiritually rich. Any other questions while you guys are here? He wants me to help his daughter. I think he should. I want to, but she's not trustworthy. Follow your gut. Look, I'm doing all I can energetically. I mean, I have twins children, 2 of his children. I've got my daughter. Both of them energetically, all 3 are purging. It's very interesting when you're going through ascension symptoms and we're looking at the astrology. Anything that's meant to be there is going to be there. Follow your gut. Some of it is connected to their detachment, and, you know, they may energetically see a different outcome than what we physically do. And it's not to say it's right or wrong. There's lessons directly involved in it. I don't believe in false twins, to be quite honest. If you're having spiritual, you'll know who your false twin is, and then I'll deem them as a karmic. If you have had a person who has been coming in and out of your life, and with any other person you'd be happy like that to just walk away from because you purged them, that's a person who is a soulmate or a karmic. You know what I mean? Your twin, it will be a history you have. You will feel energy of their energy, depending on where you are on your twin flame path. I mean, I've known my twin for 21 years now, okay? And I didn't know up until 3 years ago that I was a twin. So it was healthy because my ego wasn't connected to the tag, and it's still not connected to the tag. I noticed synchronistic patterns. You know. You wish you could shake them, and because it does feel semi-addictive, but it's not. You know, depending on where you are in your journey, it's not that it's an addiction. It's this inner knowing. Yeah, with anybody, and you know also when it's not healthy, and that's when both of you broke up. And it's not that they're bad people. It's just something is not aligned, and there is a healing that either one side or the other side need to do. And you ascend, but you must detach from the process. So if you feel they need to do something, you need to be looking at your side of the fence. Why do you feel that? Because there will be something of a cue on your side of the fence that needs changing. Oh, we'll get all the locos in the house. To tell you, Scorpion moon. Okay. Doesn't have to be of an intimate nature. I think 5 years, was it 5 years, or yeah, maybe 5 to 7 years, no intimate connection with my TF, and that was at the beginning stages. Look, information videos and healing videos is very different. If something's coming up for you, the videos that are bringing triggers up will bring a subject matter up for you. But just have some meditation time. I mean, the Scorpion moon is going to help you bring up these emotions and link it in. Otherwise, feel free to book a reading and I can tune into your direct situation anyway. That's okay, Justine. I hope I have given you guys enough information. Again, it is going to be a very intense 3 to 4 months. Yes, I can be via Skype, but you'll need to book a reading because I have been quite chat. I've got 12 videos to do. I do have a client's video to do. There's a time frame for all videos to be recorded, so I get that window so I can get all my clients' videos done. I can get all my bookings done. That's okay, Stella. I love you, lovely. I'm very lucky. I've had some wonderful people that I call my tribe over the last 3 years. And I had a lovely message from, I will say, my pole dancer friend. You know who you are. I won't say your name. Yes, I have Skype. I've got email, a recorded video that gets sent to you via an email link. Skype. Yeah. And if you need any other way of receiving it, just inbox me on the website and I can organise that. I have twin flame candles on the website. which can protect your energy. I have, and I'm pretty sure when I was doing an audit of the candles, I have updated the postage. Now, the reality is the candles are almost a kilo. So yes, they are expensive to post, but they are connected to your chakras for psychic attacks and things to that degree. So they're navigated around spirituality. I have smudge sticks on the website. I do hope that if these ascension symptoms don't all kind of send us to cohitus, I can do some videos to help you separately for the website. But yes, go and have a look at the website. Otherwise, touch base with me and I'll be back during the week. I would say I will give you a heads up in the community tab whether I'm going to come live or whether I'm going to pre-record them. But more than likely, I will come live, and it will be 3 zodiac signs per day, and it will be earth, air, fire, water, but covering those zodiac signs individually, and get them out to you guys between now and the end of next week. Okay, so I will start. More than likely, it will be my Monday, which will be my Monday morning will be your Sunday evening for America. Am I right, Giggle? And I'll have to block those days out and try and get 3 done a day. Otherwise, it will fall into the next 1-2 days in November. But I'll do the very best I can. And then I need to get onto the actual recordings for December, January. And then hopefully my physical foundation will be okay for January, because if it's not, I think we're going to be up kahunas. Dutch courage, Coco. Smile away. We all have a shadow side. I did say emotions coming up. So however that looks, hear them out, see what comes up. What if I think the karmic is performing black magic? The video that Giggle did connect. What's that video again, Giggle? We can actually put that up. I'll try and put it up in the community tab. I'll see if Giggle still has it. I sent it to her via her inbox. It is connected to the jinn. Listen to that, clear your house. When you're tuning into your twin, you can actually listen to that and it'll clear it. But yes, there's a video that I've done, and it does have the owl eyes on it. It is because that evil eye was there this month. The jinn, yeah. So we'll connect that in the community tab for you guys to go and look at. So strange. And yeah, that can actually help. You can actually do, it's like a meditation. Now, most cultures do have a similar video, which is basically a house clearing of energy. It doesn't have to be just that video. That one, there's traditions connected to Buddhist, Islamic prayers, Christianity. There's all sorts of videos you can use for that guided meditation and the clearing of the frequency. Like I said to you, frequency is frequency. So if you're walking along the carpet and you touch someone and you zap them, that is a transfer of energy. So if you're tuning into something else, you open that up where that frequency enters you. It is like channeling a person. If they're thinking of you a lot, it can absorb into you. And if you're around people as well, it can. But that, I have used that along with other Buddhist kind of clearing energies. Definitely try some sandalwood for your home. I do have sandalwood candles on the website, and if I've run out, give me a heads up on the website and I'll put them up again. But part of the Twin Flame Trio candle set does have the masculine frequency and the feminine and the energy in between to kind of balance it. Anyway, love and light. I will see you guys during the month. I will be back very soon to do the updates for each zodiac sign, and we will then move into the energy. During the month, I'll be coming to you more so. Probably, I may even come to you on a weekly to daily basis. As long as I can get those videos done, I'll be able to focus on more of the updates. And then the rest of the energy, I will come to you with energy updates, Schumann resonance, definitely those clearing videos to help you guys prepare yourself for 2020. But get some crystals to protect yourself with that and be prepared. Love and light.